Hello student, I am Sonali Tiadi. I am a mathematics teacher in Sonali Tutorials. Hope you all are fit and fine. Dear student, due to corona pandemic, the whole country has locked down itself. So the country is struggling with school, teachers and lacks of education. So most of the important thing is that the school has started online classes. You must take the advantage of this opportunity. So student, I started giving online classes to continue our study. Now it is easy to make connection with you all and this will help us to cover our syllabus and to maintain the flow of study. Apart of all this, now the good thing is that this connection is not limited to class. This lecture will be available for all. I recommend my students to practice maths on daily basis. So students, now I welcome you all to my online lecture. So students, now we will study the class 8 mathematics subject. This is our maths syllabus. So first chapter in our maths syllabus is rational and irrational number. So students, already in our day-to-day life, we have come in contact with many numbers from our childhood till now. On our childhood, our parents has given us many balls and told us to count them. From there, we learn counting. So, like that, when we are in first class, second class, we learn tables. And in the same way, we learn operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Like that, till now, we have learned many things. So, today we will learn one more new thing, that is operation of rational and irrational number. So, students, now we will see what we are going to study in this chapter. Students, in this chapter, we are going to study the concept of natural number, whole number, integer, rational number, types of rational number, properties of rational number, representation of number on number line, representation of rational number between two rational number, and our two exercise, that is exercise number 1.1 and exercise number 1.2. So students, I hope you are familiar with the first three concepts, that is natural number, whole number and integer, and the rest are new for you all and the base of the chapter. So student, we will see all this concept in a detailed form in the next slide. Now we will see the first concept of our chapter, which is natural number. How we will define natural number? Natural number are those number which begins with 1 and is endless. Here endless means it is infinity. It cannot be counted. Example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and it goes on. Okay. Now we will see our second concept, that is the concept of whole number. We will define whole number as whole number is a set of natural number plus 0 is called as whole number. In short, we can take natural number and if we include 0 in it, it is considered as a whole number. Example 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and it also goes on. Now we will see the third concept, that is the concept of integer. Integer number is a set of whole number plus all negative number is called as integer. Set of whole number plus negative number. Here we can see the example. The example itself is justifying that in the right hand side we have placed all the positive numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and it also goes on. And in the left hand side we had placed -1, -2, -3, -4 and it also goes on. Okay. Now in the middle and in in the center we have placed 0. Here 0 is placed in the center because 0 is neither positive nor negative, so it is placed in center. So student, I hope you all are clear with this concept of natural number, whole number and integer. Now we will begin with the most important concept of this chapter and the base of the chapter, that is rational number. Students, now we will see what is rational number and how is rational number defined. So here is the definition of rational number. The definition says that any number which is in fraction form, in numerator and denominator form, that is in p upon q form, is called as a rational number. But here the condition is mentioned that the q should not be equal to 0. Here the definition says that the number should be in fraction form, in p upon q form, but the q should not be equal to 0. Q should be any number. Q should be any number, but it should not be 0 or equal to 0. Okay, q should be any number. Here the any number can be -1, -2, -3, 1, 2, 4. Q can be any number, but the q should not be equal to 0. Here p equals to numerator, q is the denominator, and the q should not be equal to 0. Here we can see few examples of rational number. The first example is 2 upon 5. You can see here the denominator is not 0. The denominator is 5. The condition satisfies. The second one is 10 upon 3. Here also the condition satisfied because the q is not 0. The q is 3. Here now we will study the types of rational number. There are two types of rational number. The first one is positive rational number and the second one is negative rational number. So we will see the first type of rational number, that is positive rational number. Positive rational number is defined as any rational number which has both numerator and denominator are positive, then the rational number is called as a positive rational number. Means the numerator and the denominator both should be positive. If any one will be negative, then it will be not considered as positive rational number. There are few examples. 2 upon 5, here both the numerator and denominator are positive. The second one is 10 upon 3. Here also the numerator and denominator both are positive. Like that 20 upon 5 and 8 upon 6. Now we will see the second type of rational number, that is negative rational number. Negative rational number is defined as any rational number which is either numerator as negative or denominator as negative, then the rational number is called negative rational number. Here any numerator or denominator, any one, if it is negative, then the rational number is considered as a negative rational number. Example, -2 upon 3, here the numerator is negative. In the next example, 5 upon -4, here the denominator is negative. In the next one, -3 upon 6, numerator negative. In the next one, 10 upon 3, 10 upon -3, here the denominator is negative. So student, till here all the concepts were very easy and it was easy to understand. Now we will study the most important and little bit difficult concept, that is the properties of rational number. So student, we will begin with our properties. There are two properties. The first one is any rational number will remain unchanged when it is multiplied by a non-zero integer. Here the word non-zero integer is very much important, because everyone should understand what the word non-zero integer means. Here the word non-zero integer means that the number should be an integer, but it should not be a zero. Except 0, any integer number can be multiplied. The whole property says that if we multiply a rational number with a non-zero integer, we will get our answer as a rational number which we had multiplied. Okay, now we will see how this property works. Here P upon Q multiplied by M. Here M is multiplied by both numerator and denominator. Here P upon Q is a rational number and M is a non-zero integer. We will take one rational number as an example to solve this. We have taken 2 upon 3. We have taken 2 upon 3 as a rational number and 3 as a non-zero integer. Okay, when we multiply 2 by 3, we will get 6 as our answer, and when we multiply 3 by 3, we will get 9 as answer. So our answer will be 6 by 9. When we convert this into a simplified form, when we simplify it, okay, we will get our answer as 2 by 3. Here the rational number which we have multiplied is equal to the rational number which we got. So this property justifies. Okay, now we will see our next property. Our second property is any rational number will remain unchanged when it is divided by a non-zero integer. Here this statement says that if we divide a rational number with a non-zero integer, we will get the same rational number as our answer. There is no difference, there is little bit difference between the first property and the second property. There is only a little bit difference of sign, and the rest all things are same in this property. So now we will see how this property works. P upon Q if divided by M equals to P upon Q. Now we will take one example to prove this statement. We will take 20 upon 30 as our rational number and 5 as our non-zero integer. We will divide 20 upon 30 by 5. If we divide 20 by 5, we will get our answer as 4 because 5 4s are 20. And if we divide 30 by 5, we will get 6 as our answer because 5 6 are 30. So our answer will be 4 by 6. Now if we simplify it, we will get 2 by 3 because 2 2s are 4 and 2 3s are 6. Our last answer will be 2 by 3. This is the answer which we got from dividing the rational number from a non-zero integer. Now we will see by simplifying the rational number which we had taken. The rational number which we had taken is 20 by 30. We will take 20 by 30 and now we will simplify it. When we simplify it, the answer will be 2 by 3. How it is? 10 2s are 20 and 10 3s are 30. Our answer is 2 by 3. Here you can see the answer which we got by dividing the rational number by the non-zero integer is equal to the answer which we got by simplifying the rational number. So here also the property satisfied. So students, I hope you all are clear with the content which I had taught you till now. Now we will begin with our most easiest content of this chapter, that is representation of number on number line. So students, in this we will learn how to represent various number on number line. So we will first begin with the natural number. In this, the concept of placing or representing natural number and whole number is similar. So first we will begin with the natural number. We have taken one example. The example is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have to place all this number in the number line. So first we will draw a number line. Then we will place all this number on the right hand side, because all these numbers are positive. All these numbers are in plus. So we will place all this number on the right hand side. Now we will see the whole number. The whole number only have little bit difference of 0. In natural number 0 is not there, in whole number 0 is there. So there will be the same procedure. First we will draw the number line, then we will put 0. Afterwards on the right hand side we will put the positive numbers. Now we will see integer number line. Integer number line is the combination of both positive and negative. So in this case, first we will draw the number line, then we will place 0 in the middle, and on the right hand side we will place all positive numbers, and in the left hand side we will place all negative numbers. Now we will see the representation of rational number. How rational number is represented. Here there is example of rational number, that is 0 upon 5, 1 upon 5, 2 upon 5, 3 upon 5, minus 1 upon 5, 2 upon 5 and minus 3 upon 5. Now we have to place all this number on the number line. Here the procedure or the steps are same which we have done in the integer number. There is only a little bit different, that numbers were not in fraction, these numbers are in fraction. So first we will draw the number line, then we will place 0 upon 5 on the middle, and then on the right hand side we will place all positive fractions, and on the left hand side we will place all negative fractions. Now we will see our last concept of this lecture, that is representation of rational number between two rational number. So students, in this concept we will learn the representation of number between two rational number. Here the representation of rational number between two rational number means that we have to find the missing rational number. In our childhood we were finding missing numbers like that only. They were simple numbers, and now it is rational number. There is only a little bit difference. So to learn this concept we will take two questions which will help us to learn this concept more easily and in a proper way. So students, we will begin with our first question. Our first question is to find rational number between 6 upon 9 to 9 upon 9. So before going to our solution, everyone should focus on the question. What the question wants to say. We should understand what the question wants to say to us. Here the question wants to say that we have to find the missing number between fraction 6 upon 9 to fraction 9 upon 9. So we will begin with our solution. First step of our solution is to draw the number line. In our first step, we will draw the number line. After drawing the number line, we will see that the rational number is positive or the rational number is negative. In case if the rational number is positive, we will place that rational number in the right hand side. In case if the rational number is negative, we will place the rational number in the left hand side, and always we will place 0 in the middle, because 0 is neither positive nor negative, it is neutral. Okay. In this question, the rational number is positive. So we will place the rational number on the right hand side. Before placing the rational number, we will place 0 upon 9 in the middle. Then afterwards, we will place our first rational number which is given to us, that is 6 upon 9. Then we will see the difference between 9 and 6. What is the difference between 9 and 6? There is the difference of 3. So we will draw 3 lines, and at the last line we will write our last number, which is the last fraction, that is 9 upon 9. Then after writing this, we will see which number are missing. After 6, which number comes? We all know, that is 7. 7 is missing. And before 9, which number comes? That is 8. 7 and 8 are missing. So by seeing the number, we can find the missing rational number. So students, I hope you are clear with this concept. To make you more clear, we will take our second question. Our second question is finding the rational number between minus 6 upon 9 to minus 9 upon minus 9 upon minus 9 upon 9. So students, the both questions are similar. In the previous question, the fraction was positive, and in this question the fraction are negative. There is only a difference of positive and negative, and the solution for doing this for doing this are also positive, also similar. So students, we will begin with our solution for the second question. Here also we will first place the number line. After placing the number line, we will place the rational numbers. Here the numbers are negative, so we will place the rational number on the left hand side. So first we will place 0 upon 9. After that, on the left hand side we will place minus 6 upon 9. Then we will draw 3 lines. And at the last line we will write our last number, that is minus 9 upon 9. So students, in the earlier sum, how we have found the missing terms, like that we will find the missing terms in this sum also. We have to see the last number. What is the last number? That is minus 9 upon 9. What comes before minus 9 upon 9? That is minus 8. Before minus 8, that is minus 7. Like that we have solved this sum also. So it is very easy to find the missing terms between the rational number. So students, we are done with our today's lecture. In our next lecture, we will begin with our first exercise, that is exercise 1.1. Students, I hope you all are clear with all the concepts which I have taught you today in this lecture. I hope that you are clear with all the concepts. If you are not, you can comment your questions and I will answer your query. So students, subscribe our channel to get the notification of our next lecture. Thanks for watching the lecture. Stay home, stay safe.